Hi, welcome to my channel Rubia Stedman. Today I'll be teaching you how to knit this beautiful hat of the snowflakes. It's very easy to do. I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of material I'm gonna use to make it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell. That way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I do my video in Spanish and English, so if you receive a Spanish video, look at my channel, then you will find the version of that video in English. If you knit tight, I recommend to use for the brim a 5mm netting needle, and for the top of the hat a 6mm netting needles. I will be using a 4.5 for the brim and a 5mm for the top, but I really recommend a 6mm for the top. To make this hat, I'm gonna use these two yarn, loop and thread, impeccable, 100% acrylic, medium 4. This one have 100 gram, this one 127.5. The color of this one is purple impression barge, and this one is aqua, and they both recommend to work with 5mm knitting needles. So these ones are 5mm circular, 42 centimeters long. You're gonna need 5mm double pointed needles. You're gonna need, I think, like 5 markers. And if you look at mine, I have one that is different color. And with that one, I will guide myself each time I start or finish a row or round. You're gonna need measurement tape and any other markers. Just make sure that you have one that has a different color and you'll be fine. And you're gonna need tapestry needle and scissors. To make this hat, I'm gonna use this snowflake chart that I found, or graphic that I found in Pinterest. It says here that this pin was discovered by Mary Potts. So I don't know if she's the designer or she just found it too in Google. But what I did for mine, I added an extra stitch, because if I use only 15, I will be 5 stitches short for the size of my hat. So if I add to 16, that will give me 5 snowflake, and that will be my 80 stitches. So I'm gonna cast on my 80 stitches with this one. And I was thinking to change the size of my needle to a 4.5 just for the brim of the hat. That way I get a better finish in the brim. And then the top of the hat I will do with my 5mm. But you can do all the hat with your 5mm. So I'm gonna put this in my Instagram, in my Facebook page, with an extra stitch added to it, just in case you want to guide yourself by this one, or you can find one that you like in Google and do your hat. So I'm gonna start with my 4.5, and if I show you my 4.5 and my 5mm, you hardly see the difference, just a little bit. They're even the same color. So I'm gonna wrap in here because I need to leave a tail long enough for casting on my stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm gonna 10, and 10 is 20. Over here, so I have 20, and 20 is 40, and now 40. And 40 is 80 plus a little bit extra. I always like to leave a little bit extra for my extra stitch that I'm gonna cast on, and a tail to loose. It's easier. So I'm gonna come here, and I'm gonna start casting on my 81 stitches. And I was comparing the lighter color with the white, and it's almost like a off yellow, of creamy color, this one of white. So I was deciding if I do my snowflake in white or this color, but I love this color, so I'm debating that. So you're gonna start casting on your stitches. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you're going to continue casting on your stitches until you have 81 stitches, because that extra one we're going to slip over the first one to create a even finish of the brim. Will be nice and even, and don't do the knot in the last stitch until we do that step of passing the last stitch over the first one. Okay, so I'll meet you here when I have my 81 stitches. I have my 81 stitches, and make sure that the little rib that you see here is all facing the inside of your needle. They are not twisted or anything, and then you move your stitches around, that way you get yours at the tip of the needle. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna slip the stitch from your left hand needle to the right hand needle, and the last stitch that you did, number 81, you're gonna slip over that one and cast it off. And then now tie this a little bit, and you're gonna pass the stitch back because we have to work that stitch. And now you can tie that stitch, do a knot, and you are done creating a circular work. Now we're gonna start with row 1. I'm gonna start my first row, and I'm gonna place the marker. This is the one that I will guide myself each time I start or finish a row. And I'm gonna start with 1 net, 1 purl as a rib stitch, one by one, that we're gonna do. And you don't have to do a variegated yarn for your hat. You can do one color. I just trying this new idea, so let's see how it go. You can use any type of yarn as long as they are the same thickness, and they have to be worked with the same size needle. You don't have any problem combining any type of yarn. And if you're using a thinner yarn and you find that is 80 stitch is too little, and then you can add probably 16 more if it's very thin yarn. So you're going to continue with 1 net, 1 purl all the way until the mark. And remember to keep moving your stitches. So we want to continue with 1 purl and 1 net, or 1 net, 1 purl. I was doing the opposite. All the way around, and always moving your stitches. You see they start to stretch out a little bit because I wasn't moving all my stitches fast enough. Like this. So I will meet you here at the end of this round. I finished my first round and I passed the marker, and now I'm gonna continue with 1 net, 1 purl for 1.5 inches or 4 centimeters. So you're gonna continue with 1 net, 1 purl, 1 net, 1 purl, over and over. And if you like, you can do this wider or you can do it thinner. For mine, gonna be 1.5 inches or 4 centimeters. Okay. So I will show you and the marker. And the marker, sorry, and the measuring tape. So that's 1.5 inches or 4 centimeters. Okay. So I will work until I have my length or width. and I will show you how you're gonna continue. So it's very easy, a one by one rib. I have my width. Now I'm gonna remove this marker because I'm gonna change my needle size, and I'm gonna do 3 rows of net before we start with the design of the snowflake. So in the next row I will be placing my marker back again, because now I just changing needle size. And you're gonna net for 3 rows. So I will meet you here when I'm done the 3 rows of net. I finished the 3 rows of net, and the last row that we did is the first row of our graphic. Okay, so you are 1 stitch or 1 round ahead. So now I'm gonna explain you the graphic or the graph, how we're gonna work the stitches. So you already did the first row. You see they're all in blank, the square, so that is the main color. All the blank square is the main color, and the rest is the snowflake color. So you're gonna net now in this row or round 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches with the main color. Number 5 is with the accent color, and then you're gonna net 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6 is with the accent color, and then you're gonna net 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're gonna place the marker. That's the first 16 stitch for the first motif, and then you start all over again from stitch number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5 again you do the stitch, and so on. So you're gonna have a big gap between these stitches, these ones and this one, because you're gonna have all this blank and all this blank in here with the main color. So you have to carry your yarn and make sure that your the yarn you carry is not that much space in the back. So I will show you how you're gonna keep them nice and small, that way they are no a long strand of yarn in the inside. So it's very easy. The good thing about this graphic is that you have, or the graph, that you have your stitches, the number of stitches, and the number of round or row in here. So it's very easy to guide yourself. And I will be here with you, giving you a step by step every single row that we're gonna do. Okay. So let's start with number 2. We're gonna start with 1, 2, 3, 4 with this main color. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now we have to work 1 stitch with the snowflake color. So I'm gonna leave a tail long enough for losing later, and I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna pass the yarn like this. I'm gonna hold it, this one in here, and I'm gonna pass this one in here. I'm gonna come here and pull this one, separate them, grab the working yarn, leave the tail, and once you pass this one in here is securing that one. So you're gonna do the first stitch with the accent color, and now I'm gonna be working with 1 strand of yarn in this hand and the other one in this one. So it will be easier for me. So we have the first stitch. Now we have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then number 6 we're gonna do the next color, but the strand in the back is really long of this color if we don't catch it in the middle. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, and number 3 I'm gonna catch that strand and then do the rest. So that's 1, 2, and now in number 3 I'm gonna catch this one, that where the floats are not that long in the back. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna work here as to net this one, but you're gonna pass the tip of your needle under that color, and you're gonna come here, wrap your yarn as to net, and then you're gonna remove that one, and then you're gonna knit that one. and you catch the yarn in here. So now when you do the next stitch, this one will secure even more. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to do 5, and now in number 6 we're going to work with this one. And I am a English style knitter, so I'm going to wrap it like that. If you are a continental knitter, so you can knit from the space. So now we have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and place the marker to finish our first motif. So you have to catch it again in the center because the strand will be too long, or the float. I like to call it the strand, but it's the float. So you're gonna do again 1, 2, and then number 3 again you pass the tip of your needle under that one, and then you wrap around. You see, when you wrap around, you catch it in here, and then you have to move out of the way because otherwise you will bring it to the front, and then you knit that one. I have 3, and now when I do number 4, it will get even more secure in place. 4 and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and place your marker. You finished your first 16 stitches, and now you have to repeat that all over again. So in each row or round, I will work the first motif in Spanish and the second one in English. That way I don't have to frog those 16 stitches, because and then I start to get too loose my work. So I'll be working the first one in Spanish, the next one in English, and then you see me doing again the stitch one more time. So now I'm gonna do the motif again, and the repetition on number 2. So I did my Spanish motif, so now it's my English one. So we're still working in the same in row number 2, and what I'm gonna do each time I do a row, that way it's easy for me, I'm gonna mark that I did that row. So we're working in this one again. Now we have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 with the main color. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do 1, and then in the next one I'm gonna grab the yarn. So this one go on the top of the needle. Now you wrap this one as to net, remove that one, and just bring the one that you're working with. So I have 2, you see, 3 and 4, and number 5. Let me make sure that these ones are not tight. You're gonna do this color. Place it back here, and now you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're gonna do 1, 2. Again, in number 3, you're gonna grab the yarn. That way it's not too long. So you're gonna pass it on top of the needle. You're gonna wrap your yarn as to net, remove that one, lift it, and then you just have that one there. And do the next one, that finished wrapping your carrying yarn. So now you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is, oh, okay. I forgot to bring this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6. So I'm mixing one here just a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we have to work the snowflake, the stitch. Because I saw the blue color there, I thought that I was already in that strand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, now I'm right. So now you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, in number 3, you're going to catch that float. So this is 1, 2, and number 3, you bring it on top of your needle, you wrap, you lift that one, and you're done there. And then again, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, you're going to place your marker. And now I'm going to do the next one in Spanish and the last one in English, okay? So that way it's easier for me. So far, so good. Now I'm going to work on my last one. So every single 16 stitches is worked like that for each motif. So something else that you can do to guide yourself, that way you know which row you are working, is you grab a ruler, you put it in the top of the other ones, and you know the one under the ruler is the one that you are working. Once you click and here, you know that you'll have to be working in the next one, and you move the ruler, or you can put a book or something in the top to cover the rest. Okay, so that way it will be easier for you and you don't make any mistake. So again, we have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 and a number 5. So I'm gonna do 1 and 2. I'm gonna trap the strand. You see, just by lifting your finger, that yarn get out of the way. So I have 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5, I had to work my color of the snowflake. And I always, if you look at my work, always working this yarn under this one. This one is always in the top, and this one is under, the way my yarn don't tangle up. You see, this one is free, and so is the other one. It's not a, yeah, that's by keeping them separate like that. So I had to knit this one, grab it, and if you move these around, you see, you will get your stitch in place, and they will be nice and loose. You want to have these with the same elasticity as it's supposed to. Okay, you don't want your yarn, your flow, to be too tight in the back and neither too loose. Okay, so now we have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 3 I will trap my yarn again. So you see, I always working at the top, and this one stay under. So that's 1, 2, number 3, lift my finger, that's that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I will do my color. And then just do the rest with this one. Two, and number 3 I will trap it again. I hope I've been on camera all this time. 3, 4, and 5, and I finish my first row, because I know, because the different marker. So we're done our first row. So you're going to continue doing the same in the other ones, and this one, once you tie this one up, this one will take the same shape. It's just it's loose in here, so I get loose in here. So now we're going to work in number 3. I'm going to work on row 3, and I was recording this one in English, but my battery died halfway, so I finished, and then I'm going to do it all over again. So I already had done 2 of these, one in Spanish and the other one with the dead battery. So I removed the ruler because I noticed that they have a shine to it from my light, so I put a piece of paper. So you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then number 5 and 6 you're gonna do your snowflake. So again, moving my yarn around, and I hope I'm in camera. You're gonna do with the main color 1, and I'm gonna trap this here, 2, 3, 4, and now in number 5, you see, it's the same color. What you're gonna do, I'm just moving things. This one in the top, this one in the bottom. You're gonna do 2 stitches with this one. 1 and 2. Now with the main color you're going to do 3 stitches, and I don't want to trap my yarn in the back because 3 stitches is fine. So 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to do 1 and 2, and then you're gonna work the rest. You see the mark of those 5 with the main color. So in the third one I will trap them. 1, 2. Now I'm gonna work in the third one. Lift and take it out of the way. 4 and 5, and you're done your second row, well, the first motif of the third row. So now I'll teach this one in Spanish and the last one in English. I will show you one more time. I'm gonna do 1, and number 2 I'm gonna trap my yarn, and 4, make sure that it's nice and loose, number 5 and 6, and always this one under and the other one in the top. 1, 2, and 3. Put your yarn around for your stitches, and this one in the top, this one is under. 1 and 2. And then you want to work the 5 that you have left. So 1 and 2, and I will trap it in number 3. And number 4 is locking it in place, and number 5, and we're done our third row around. Now we're going to work on number 4. So I showed you twice how to do the motif. You can continue doing the other 3 exactly the same as I showed you those 2, or you can go and guide yourself by the graph. So now I'm gonna work in number 4, and number 4 again is the last time for now that we're gonna do 4 of the main color in here, and then later you see here again we start for 3 more rows exactly like that. But in here we're gonna have a number 8, a very long work with the main color and just 1 stitch in the center of the accent color, but we'll be trapping or yarn in the back. So now in number 4 we're gonna do 4 of the main color, 3 of the accent color, 1 of the main color, 3 of the accent color, and 5 of the main color and start all over again. So I'm gonna do my first one in Spanish and I will do the next one in English. So we're gonna work, this one's always under, this one in the top. I'm gonna knit one this time and I'm gonna trap my yarn. See here, I don't even need to count because I know that it's on top of the first one that I had to start with the accent color. Move my stitches around and I'm gonna come here with this one and I'm gonna do my 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, yarn under, this one in the top, knit 1, and make sure that this in here, you open these stitches here, and this one is not pulling in between in the back, okay? And I hope you can see that well. So now I'm gonna knit 3, 1, 2 and 3, this one under, this one in the top, and now I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So it's very easy. Open this one in here, make sure that they have a good distance, and then you come with that one and start 1, 2, trap your carrying yarn in number 3 and secure in number 4. I'm gonna work number 5, pass my marker, and you're done your motif. So it's very easy. I don't know if you can do it easier than this. And I see this one is a little loose and this one is a little tight, so I had to loose and here in the back to loose and here. So that happens sometimes. So now I'm gonna record this one in Spanish and I'll show you in the next one in English. So again, I'm gonna do 1 this time in here and I'm gonna trap my yarn. Move my stitches. Do the last one, leave that one, start with this one, 1, 2 and 3. Now with this one, making sure that I have them at a good distance. I'm gonna do my middle stitch, leave that one here, and you see this one is loose. I can put my nail under. You see, I can do that. And then in here you're gonna do with this one your 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, bring down, and now you're gonna work with this one again. Make sure that it's a good distance. This one is nice and separated, no gather in there. So that's 1, 2. I'm gonna trap my yarn again. And there you have it. And you're gonna continue working like that until the last motif, to the marker. So if you have any you feel comfortable doing it by yourself, just rewind the tape. Just move back the video to this point where I show you this, and you can go over and over and over and do it together with me. This one that we're going to do is one of the easiest because we don't have to trap or yarn in the back. And I did this one, the first one, in Spanish, and that's what it's going to look like in this row, each motif. So in this one we're going to do one of the main color, 3 of the accent color, 1 of the main, 2 of the accent, 1 of the main, 2 of the accent, 1 of the main, 3 of the accent color, and 2 of the main color. So here we go. So pass the marker. I had to do just one of this one, leave it on the top, grab the next one and do 3. This one, 1, 2, and 3. This one, just make 1, leave it on the top. With this one, make 2, 1 and 2. Move your stitches around, make sure there's nothing is pulling your stitches. Now with this one you're going to do 1. Just a second. I did something. Okay, 2. Yeah. Now you're going to do 1 of the main color, 2 of the accent color, 1 and 2. Move your stitches around, 1 of the main color, and you're going to do 3 of the accent, 1, 2 and 3, and the last one, the last 2 with the main color, and you're done. The repetition of these, what we're going to do in the row number 5. Again, you're going to knit 1 with the main color, 3 with the accent color, 1, 2 and 3. You see, I always put that one under, and this one's always in the top, and you will never get a tangled yarn. And we're hardly going to use any of this one. At the end I will weigh the ball of yarn to see how much we use. So one of these, and always making sure that you leave a good distance in here, that way this one don't pull your yarn. So now you have to do 2 with these, 1 and 2, 1 with these, 2 with these, 1 and 2, 1. This one, 3 with this one, 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, and you're done. One more time the motif. So now you can go back and look again what I did and continue, or guide yourself by the graph. Now we're going to work in number 6, and it's 2 main color, 3 accent color, 1 main color, accent color, main color, accent color, main color, 3 accent, and 3 main color. So it's very easy again. So I pass my marker. I'm going to do 2 with the main color, 1 and 2. I'm going to do 3, 1, 2 and 3. I'm going to separate them in here and then I'm gonna bring this one and I'm gonna do my main color, and you see I have them at the same distance in here. Even if they gather, these will be loose in the back. So that's a good tip to know. So one of the main, two of the accent, wait a sec, I think, yeah, this one's wrong, and here is not two, it's one. So 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and now we have to do 3 at the accent color and then 3 at the main, and I'm gonna trap my main color behind this one here. That way you see how it's done when the yarn is on the top. Okay, so now I have to do 3 with this one, so I'm gonna do 1 and 2. And to trap this one that is on the top, what you're gonna do is you come here, make sure that these ones are in a good distance. You bring this one as to net, leave it there. This is the main color. Grab the accent color as to net as well, and then you remove this one out of the needle, and then you continue working with this one, and that one is trapped in here, like so. Now this one's in the bottom and this one in the top, and what you do is just bring them back as they're supposed to. So I will show you one more time. So this is under, this one is on the top. Let me bring it back like that. So what you do is separate this one, that way you have this one in a good distance. As to net, leave it in here, grab the one that you're supposed to work, put it in the front, remove this one, and then just net with this one. Okay, and then what you do is you pass your yarn like you're supposed to have them, and this one will be in this side and that one in that side. And then now you have to do, so I have 3, I had to do the last 3 with the main color, you see, and that one is trapped in here. 1, 2, and I'm gonna trap this one in the last one, and that's it. So now you're going to continue with that repetition, and really you don't have to trap this one because it's not a big distance, but I just wanted to show you that way as well. Okay, so now you have to repeat that from number 6. I will do one in Spanish and then another one in English. I wanted to show you here, when you finish that you trap this one, and here in the last one, in the number 3, this strand will be in the top and this one will be in the bottom, because you're supposed to, you trap and then secure. In the next stitch you secure the stitch in here, you see. So now you have to do 2 main color, 3 contrast, and then main, contra main, 3 contra color, and 3 main color. So there we go again. 1 and 2. Move these a little bit. So I have to do 3. 1, 2, and 3. You move them to have them nice, good space. You grab this one, you do 1, So now I have to do one of this one, and I'm working in the one in the center, right in the center of the snowflake. One, one, one at the main, and now three at the contrast color. So that's one, two, and then the third one I'm gonna trap my yarn. So you pass it like to net, but you're not supposed to net with that one. Remember, that is just to secure that one. And then you do this one like you're gonna net it again and remove that one, and then you finish that net with that one and your needle. And the only thing you have to do is pass this to the right place, and then you have to continue working. You see, I had this one in here and this one we're supposed to. Now you have to do three, one, two, and in the third one, remember, I trapped them, and then in the next stitch it will secure that one, you see. Okay, but that's the next row. So now we're gonna work in row 7. So we are halfway. Now we're gonna work in number 7, and is 3 main color, 3 contrast color, 3 main contrast, and 4 because I add that last stitch for my 80 stitches. So we'll have 4 in here. So in between this, the end of this motif and the beginning of the next one, you want to have 4, 5, 6, 7 main color stitch in here. Okay, so you see, since I trapped the last one in here, I trap, and now in the next stitch it will secure that stitch. Trap, and now we'll secure it in place. Okay, so that's 1 of 3. So now it's 2 and 3 with the main color, 3 with the accent color. So in this one I don't have to trap my yarn or my carrying yarn because it's only 3 spaces, only in here in between these 7 that I have to do it because it's too long. So now 3 at the main, 1, 2, and 3. Around, nice and open. That way we get a nice distance with the next one. Let's see. 1, 2, and 3. And now we have to do 4 with the main color. So in the last one I will trap, and in the next stitch I will secure it. So that's 1, 2, 3, and number 4 I will trap it in there. And in the next one, when I do the next one now, for the next motif I'll secure that stitch in place. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, and 3. Open this up. One, 2, and 3. 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. Move things around, and then 1, 2, 3, and number 4 I trap, and in the next one I'll secure the stitch, you see, because it's on this side of my hand, and I will secure the stitch in here. We're almost done. Number 7. We're gonna work on number 8, and number 8 is the one that have the most gap in between the color. So we're gonna trap the stitch around here and around here, and then at the end, that way it's not a huge gap. Okay, that way you don't have a long strand in the back. So we are in the center of the snowflake. So we're gonna do 1, 2, between 3 and 4, trap or carrying yarn, and now right here in the center where we don't have any of the snowflake color is where you're gonna do that stitch in between these 3 and the one in the center. So again, you're gonna do 1, 2 and 3. Make sure there's a nice space, and in number 4 I'm going to do the accent color, and then now you're going to do again 1, 2, in between 3 and 4, and then you're going to continue with these 1, 2, and between 3 and 4 again we're going to trap or yarn 3 and 4, and there you have it. So you're going to continue doing this all the way to the end of this row. One more time. So 1, 2, between 3 and 4 you're gonna trap and secure your carrying yarn, your straggler, or whatever I call your strand in the back, and then again you're gonna continue with the main color. 1, 2, 3, and then number 4, that's the center stitch, you're gonna do with the accent color, and then you're gonna continue 1, 2, trap in 3, and secure in 4. Okay, and continue moving your stitches, and then again 1, 2, trap it here and secure in the last one, and then you continue. And we are almost done row 8. Now we work in row 9, and is the same exact, it's a mirror image of the row 7. As you look, we're gonna work like from 9 to 14 is like working from 7 to row 2. So 9 is like 7, 10 is like 6, 11 like 5, 12 like 4, 13 like 3, and 14 like number 2. So it's very easy. So you're done. If you've done this part until here, so you can do what is left. So now it's 3 main color, 3 at the accent color, main color, accent color, and 4 at the accent color. That in the last one we're gonna trap between the last one and the first one of the next motif. Okay, that way it's not a big strand in the back. So 1, 2, and 3, and by doing this, separating these stitches and without pulling, you bring this one to the tip, and then when you come here and do this one, these have a nice distance in the back. So you're gonna continue. Oh, oops, a 3 with this one, sorry. 1, 2, and 3. Now, and 3 with this one. 1, 2, and 3. And then 3 with the accent color. So let me open this up. 1, 2, and 3, and now we just have to work the last 4 stitches with the main color. So I'm gonna grab this one in this hand, that way I can trap and secure. So that's 1, 2, 3, and number 4, I trap the yarn, and when you do the next one, you secure the stitch, and you don't have that much of a distance in here anymore. Okay, so I'll show you one more time. I already have that one here, so that's 1 of 3, 2, and 3. Open this up, make sure that they have a nice distance, and I come here, 1, 2, and 3. Again, open it up, because if you work here with the yarn like this, you see you don't leave in the same, it's not the same distance. Look how short. If you open them up, you bring it all the way out. Okay, you see the distance? 1, 2, and 3. Open them up. 1, 2, and 3, and I'm done with that one. So now we have to do 4 with the main color. And remember, we trap in number 4 and secure in the next stitch. So that's 1. That's a little too loose. 2, 3. We trap and secure in the next stitch. Oops. See, it's nice and even. Now we're gonna work in row around 10. That is 2 principal color, the main color, 2 at the accent color, 3 at the accent color, and then 1, 1, 1, you know, 1 with the main, 1 at the accent, main, 3 at the accent color, and 3 at the main color. So we're gonna start now with 2 of the main color, 1 and 2, 3 of the accent color, 1, 2 and 3. Wiggle around, that way they're nice and loose. And then now is one at a time. So now one of the main color, one of the accent color, one of the main color, accent color, main color, and then now we're gonna do 3 of the accent color. 1, 2 and 3. And now we have to do 3 at the main color, but in the last one I'm gonna catch my yarn. So 1, 2, the last one I catch, and the next one I secure, and it will start to look like this. So I'll show you one more time. So 2 main color, 1 and 2, 3 of the accent color, 1, 2, 3, move it a little bit to separate them. And now 1 of the main, I better continue like this, 1 of the accent, main, accent, main color, and now we have to do 3 of the accent color, and then 3 of the main. 1, 2 and 3, and now we're going to do 3 of the main color, and in the last one we're going to catch our yarn. 1, 2 and 3, and now you're going to continue exactly the same until the end of your row. We're going to work in 11, and 11 is 1 of the main color, 3 of the accent color, 1 of the main, 2 of the accent, 1 of the main, 2 of the accent color, 1 of the main, 3 of the accent color, and 2 of the main color. So we're almost there. So just a little bit more, and then when we have the 14th row, we cut this yarn and then start working with just with the main color yarn, and we have to measure to see if this until this measure 5.5 inches before the decrease. So now we have to do 1 of the main color. Move this out of the way. Make sure this one's on top. 3, 1, 2 and 3 of the accent color or contrast so for me it's easy to pronounce accent color. So one of these, two of these, one of the main, to this one, two. So this is my first time working a snowflake in a variegated yarn. So let's see how it look at the end. So now we have to do one of the main, three, and the accent color, and now we have two of the main color. One, and I'm gonna lock that in place, and my second one, and like that you're gonna do the rest of your stitches. And I will show you one more time. One more time. One of the main color, three of the accent color, when I say accent color because in Spanish it's acento, so I don't know if that's the right word to use in English, but I've been using it so far. So I did one of the main color. Now I have to do two of this color, one of this one, two, one, three, one, two, three, and two. One, and I'm gonna trap my yarn in the last one. Now we're gonna do number 12. Yay, we almost finished this part. Now we're gonna work in row 12, and it's 4 of the main color, 3 of the accent color, 1 of the main, 3 of the accent, and 5 of the main color. All these spaces here and here will stay empty like that. Well, empty no, with the main color. So we had to do 4. So we don't want the space to be too long for the strand and the back. So 1 and 2, and between 3 and 4 we're gonna trap that one. 3 and 4. Now we have to do 3 at this one. 1, 2, and 3. Wiggle a little bit, and then with this one you're going to do 1 in the center, and then with this one you're going to do 3, 1, 2, and 3, and the rest are with the main color. But remember, we had to trap that yarn again because the space is too long. So 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. You don't want to go more than 3 stitches without securing the yarn in the back. And you have one more to do. And then you have to repeat that again. And I hope I am in the camera. Let me check and do one more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I have to trap my yarn in the back. And then now I have to do 3 with this one. 1, 2, and 3. One in the center with this one. 3 with this one. And now we have to do 5 with this one at the end. 1, 2, in between 3 and 4 I secure that strand in the back. Very easy. So I have one more to do, and you'll continue like that all the way until the end of your stitches. Row 13 is 4 again of the main color, 2 at the accent, 3 at the main, 2 at the accent, and 5 of the main color. So we are almost done this part of the hat. And honestly, you don't believe how little yarn I use from this. Just the amount that I pull from the inside to start working is the one that I use. I don't have to pull anything from the inside of the ball of yarn yet. So very little. So I'm gonna start, it's 4, so 1, 2, and then here 3 and 4. Now I have to do 2 with this one, 1 and 2, 3 with the main, 1, 2, and 3. Two with this one, 1 and 2, and the rest with the main. 1, 2, and this time I'm gonna trap between 4 and 5 this one. Four and 5. And there you have it. This is the repetition that you're gonna do in this row. You're gonna start 1, 2, 3 and 4. 2 of these, 1 and 2, 3 at the main color in the center, 1, 2 and 3, and 2 of the accent color, 1 and 2, and the rest of the main. One, make sure this is not too tight here. 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna trap it between 4 and 5. 4 and 5, and like that you're going to continue to the end of this row, and we have just one more to do with this yarn with it. Row 14 and last one of the snowflake is 4 of the main color, 1 of the accent, 5 of the main, 1 of the accent, and 5 of the main. So this is the last one. After that you can cut the yarn and say goodbye to changing color. So we have to do 4, but this time I'm going to do 1, and between 2 and 3 I'm going to trap this. I'm going to do 4. And now I have to do just one of these. And now we have to do 5. So we're going to do 1 and 2, and between 3 and 4 I'm going to trap the carrying yarn and the back. And now I have to do one more with the main color and one with this one. And now you're going to do 1 and 2, and I'm going to try between 3 and 4 in this one. And 1 more 5, and like that is this row. Just 2 little stitches and the motif. Again 4 with this one. 1, I'm going to trap here between 2 and 3. Now we have to work on 4. One of these via this one, 1, 2, and between 3 and 4, and 5, one of these, and we're almost done with that color. Still have the top to do. 1, 2, and 3, and you're gonna leave it there. I don't need to. 3, 4, and 5, and we are done with that. So we finished with this yarn. You can cut the yarn and lose the tail now or later. And now we're going to start working with the main color until this measure 5.5 inches. And right now you don't see much the snowflake because we just finished doing the last row of the design. So once you do a few more rows with the main color, you will see the snowflake much better. And if you don't like mine with a variegated yarn underneath, you can do yours any color, any 2 colors. For example, you can do a white hat with this aqua as the snowflake, or you can do an aqua hat with the white snowflake, or any color hat with the white snowflake. So I just wanted to try with a variegated yarn, and I like so far what I see. and everybody has different tastes. So now we're gonna work until we have 5.5 inches just with net of the main color. So you're gonna net until you have 5.5 inches. If you like, you can remove your markers or you can keep them in place because you're gonna need them in there when we start doing the decrease for the crown of the hat. So it's up to you if you want to remove them or not. So you're gonna work just net row until you have 5.5 inches, and I think I have like a 1 inch more to go. No a lot. We're almost there. So I start to see my snowflake, and it looks really nice. I really like it with the variegated yarn. So I'll meet you here when I have 5.5 inches. I just wanted to show you that I'm very close to my 5.5 inches. So it's from here, you see, to here is the 5.5 inches. So I'm almost 5 inches. So I just have to do probably like 3 more rows, and that will be time for the decrease. Or if you want to do less, you can do a little bit less, like 5.25, even 5. But if you want it for a man, you have to do around almost 6. We're gonna work the decrease. I have my 5.5 inches here, and now we're gonna start netting 14 and 15 and 16. We net them together. This is the first row of decrease. That's why I mentioned to leave the marker. That way you can guide yourself for through the marker each time you have to do a decrease. So you'll work 14 net and then 15 and 16 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And you see, 2 before the marker is 15 and 16, and you're gonna net those 2 together. You go through 16 first, and then 15, and you net those 2 together. And you did the first decrease, and now you're gonna continue doing that all the way around until this marker. Okay, the marker that show you that you start and ended a row. I finished my first row of decrease. Now we're gonna work a net row without decrease. So we're gonna do a row with decrease, one without, until you have only 8 stitches on your needle. Like I mentioned, I'm not guiding myself by row, only by measurements, and as long as you have these 5.5 inches, the rest will be exactly the same size because the decreases. Only if you want this for a man, you have to do this 6 inches, or if it is for a teenager, you can give a 5.5. But this is a woman's adult size, or a smaller man. Okay, so you're gonna knit all your stitches until you finish this round, and then the next one will be another decrease row. I finished that row without any decrease. Now I'm gonna knit 13 and then 14 and 15 together, and after that I will do a row without decrease, and then I will knit 12 and then 13 and 14 together, and one without decrease, and then 11 and 12 and 13 together, and so on. You do one row with decrease, one without decrease, and when you have 8 stitches left, I will meet you here. That we're gonna change to the double pointed needle and start doing decrease on each row. I'll show you one more time how to do the decrease. So you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 and 15 together. You pass it through 15 first and then 14, and you do them together. And like that is how you're gonna do all your decrease. And in the next row you will do 12 and then 13 and 14 together, and so on. I finished those decrease and I have 8 stitches on each space. Now we're gonna start working with the double pointed needle, and we're gonna decrease to 7 stitches. We have 8, and then we're gonna do 7 and 8 together, and in every single row we're gonna decrease now. And something that I wanted to mention is when you're gonna start with the double pointed needle, make sure that the one from to your right hand is under, and these two are together in the top, you see, like this, and that will make your work much easier. So I'm gonna start working with these 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and you see I already had to help my needle with this here by moving some of the stitches, and then 7 and 8 together. Since we have 5 needles and we have 5 space, we need to change to 4 needles here and 1 to work. So these stitches and this one will be in the same needle, so you're going to place the marker here, and then you're going to continue working your stitches, and the last 2 you do them together. I placed this little marker here. This is a little turtle. They look adorable. And I place it in under the first one here on this side, because remember this one is the end of the row and this one is the first stitch at the beginning. And then I mark there. So now with this one you're gonna knit 5, 6 and 7 together, pass the marker, knit 5, 6 and 7 together, and then this one you knit 5, 6 and 7 together, 5, 6 and 7 together, 5, 6 and 7 together, and then you start all over again. You're gonna do decrease until you have, in this one you will have 4, 2 in the sides of the marker and 2 on the other side, 2 in this one, 2 in this one, and 2 in the last one, and total 10 stitches. You're going to continue the decrease just like I show you until you have 10 stitches on total. I'm gonna work off camera and I will meet you here to close our hat together. I finished the decrease and I have 4 in this needle, 2 and 2, 2 in this one, 2 in this, and 2 in the last one. Now I'm gonna cut a tail long enough to pass it through those stitches twice and pass it to the inside and secure well that tail. Remember, this is the only place that if you don't secure well your hat, it can fall apart. Now I'm gonna lose all the tail and the inside, even the accent color, and I only use like 10 grams of this accent color or contrast color, and this one I have enough for another hat, so it's very easy and very economic hat to do. So now I will lose the tails and I will show you the end result. Well, here's the end result, and it looks really nice, even that it's made with a variegated yarn as the main color. It still look really nice with those pop-up color with the aqua. So I hope you guys like it and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make this hat and you want to send me some picture, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stedman Crochet, or my Instagram, Ruby Stedman Crochet. Please share my video with friends and family. That way you help me grow here on YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.